Hi there. I wanted to share with you guys a message that I actually read yesterday, and it caught my attention because it talked about celebrating our accomplishments, and it made me think. I'm like, wow, have I really sat down and think of my accomplishments and celebrate them and pat myself on the back? And reality is that I haven't, and I'm sure you can all relate with me that we're so focused on our goals and our plans, thinking of, what can we do next, what can we better, or what should we work on, but we really don't celebrate the things that we have accomplished. For instance, sometimes, we have, I'll give you my example. My husband and I, we started on a journey to financial freedom, and we're paying down debt, and one of them was our student loan. And finally, after 7 years, we were able to pay off this student loan, and we couldn't believe it because we thought it was going to take us a little bit longer to pay it. And thankfully, we were able to pay it sooner than expected. So the first thing we did was we thanked God for allowing us to pay this off. And we also shared it with our friends and family, and we celebrated the fact that we made this accomplishment. It was a big deal for us. But what about those times that you accomplish little things, like when you did something that you really didn't want to do? Like maybe you woke up and you didn't want to work out, or you didn't want to, do something that you really weren't feeling it, but you went and you did it and you participated and you did what you had to do. That's an accomplishment. And sometimes, if not most times, we just get so caught up on planning for the future and establishing goals and just focusing on things that we want to get done. But then when we get them done, instead of thinking, hey, wow, I made this happen, congratulations, we don't. We just say, okay, what's next? What's my next goal? It's kind of like a race type of thing, and we always have goals, and we always have the next goal. So I said, wait a minute, we always we praise animals. When a dog does a trick, we reward them, we give them a treat to let them know, that we're proud of them. When kids do something that they're supposed to do, we also reward them. We tell them great job, we give them a sticker, we give them a toy. But what about when we become adults? I think this is something that it really made me think and made me sit down and write down what accomplishments have I done, at least in this year, because obviously it's hard to kind of think back and think of all of them. But this year in particular, or this month, or this week, or this day, whatever it is, think about it and write it down. And acknowledge it, celebrate it, and tell yourself, I'm proud of you. I'm glad you did this, even though you didn't want to. You see the results. I think one of the biggest things too that we can probably relate to is when you start a fitness journey, where you start eating better, you start exercising, you start feeling better. So it kind of lets you see the reward. But what about those things that you don't see, things that you've accomplished, any personal goals? Maybe I can tell you one of mine was to push my limits. Whenever I felt uncomfortable or something would make me uneasy, it would kind of paralyze me and make me stop and not move forward and not do it. And I would just say, you know what, maybe it's not for me. I'm not going to do this. It's not making me feel good. And I wanted to change that. I said, you know what, I'm going to do it even if I don't want to do it, and push a little bit further and see if it is for me, and just acknowledge the fact that I went beyond my comfort zone. I've given examples of driving in the rain, far distances. That would make me uncomfortable, still does make me uncomfortable. But I once had an event that I was a special guest, and I had to do it because I didn't want to disappoint, or it was a responsibility, and I had to do it. I had to get out of my comfort zone, and it benefited me because I also learned a lot from that event. So little things like that, that we really should think and say, you know what, this is an accomplishment, and pat yourself on the back and just celebrate it. So I want to leave you guys with kind of like a little assignment for yourself. Nobody's going to hold you accountable but yourself. So just sit down, you know, and take a sheet of paper and just write down at least five things that you've accomplished, whether it be in the last month, in the last week, in the last year, whatever works for you. But sit down and acknowledge your accomplishments and be proud of yourself. You've come a long way. So I just wanted to share that with you. It was in my heart, and wish you the best. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back, celebrate it. You know, and by celebrating it, you don't have to buy yourself anything. You don't have to, just feel good about it. You know, feel good with yourself that you did it. You know, that's something very important that we tend to forget as adults. We tend to forget to congratulate ourselves and pat ourselves in the back. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that. So write down those at least 5 accomplishments, and if you feel welcome to share, I would love to hear about them. I hope you guys have a great day, and if you have any topics, any suggestions that you would like to hear on my next video, please go ahead and comment below and share it, and we'll try all our best to talk about that topic. Sending you guys love and light. Bye.